Hi there, these are your handover videos for your Swift Sprite Major 6 TD. So, starting off at the front, you've got your hitch head just here with black lever. You have to have your black lever up to be able to get it onto the tow ball, and then it will flick down when it's on the tow ball and expose the green part of a ring, which we'll show you on collection day. You've got a jockey wheel here. Jockey wheel goes up and down and is used to level the caravan. You've got your handbrake. You've got 13 pin electric, so if your car does have 7 pin, make sure you bring yourself an adapter. We're using our test equipment today, so we've got a propane gas bottle here. Now you can use butane if that's up to you. I'd always recommend propane. With the gas hose connected on one side, then inside here you have a regulator attached just there. Both sides firmly connected, and then open up the gas in the positive or open direction, and that will begin to feed gas through into the caravan. Either side of the caravan and 2 points at the back, you have inserts for your legs. Now, the caravan does come with a leg winder, but if you'd like it to be a little bit quicker, you can purchase yourself a 19mm drill bit and a power drill to just wind them up and down. Your legs are used to stabilise the caravan. They are not used to jack up or level the caravan. You need all 4 corner steadies down just when you are using the caravan, just so it's nice and stable. Right. Coming around this side, starting off at the front, you've got your flue. Your flue is used to get clean air in and out of your boiler. Don't have to do anything with this except make sure there's no leaves or anything at the top, so it can allow a nice flow. Next to it, you have your insert for your water pump. I'll show you the water pump inside the caravan, but all it is, simple connection, goes inside here, works on a trigger system, so you have to press in the trigger to be able to remove it. Only real thing to note is you want the strainer, which is at the bottom of the lead, to sit at the bottom of the barrel, as otherwise it would just gasp air through. Then you've got your battery locker just next to it. You have a 100 amp battery fitted to your caravan, and that is used for 12 volt connections and also a motor mover. And then you have your insert just next to it for your mains capacity. Not going to show you motor mover today, we'll show you that on collection. Just here you've got 2 inserts. Now those inserts are where your wastewater will come out of. You'll need some 28.5mm waste pipe to feed into a waste master. That comes from both your showers and your sinks. Now just here, these are for your toilet capacity. First one, open it up using your key. This is where you'll feed in your water for your flush capacity. It can hold around 10 litres of water, and just get yourself something like a watering can just so it's nice and easy to feed in. You can also add a little bit of pink chemical, which it works as a bleach without being corrosive. Then just below it, you have your point view cassette toilet. So 2 seconds, just gonna place that on my knee because you need 2 fingers to open it up. Here you have your cassette toilet. So when this is full, there will be a light come on above the flush button inside the caravan. To remove it, you press up on the orange handle, pull it out like so. Now, this orange handle can be pulled up and extended out into a suitcase as well. Get to your emptying point on site, twist that orange head to the side, open up this cap. Now that cap is quite useful as well. You want to tilt, and at the same time as tilting, continually pressing that button there to vent. Now what I would say as well, if you want it smelling nice and fresh, slide this here, open this catch and feed in some fresh water, and then again give it a little bit of a shake up, put that back, tilt and vent. Now this cap that I've just taken off is quite important as well, as it gives those measurements of imperial and metric, and this is for blue chemical. Blue chemical goes inside the cassette toilet, twists back on there, put it back to the central position. Then you want to push the cassette toilet so that this orange handle sits behind these white teeth, and then it can't be removed without pressing up on the handle. Now you don't want to travel with either of these 2 full, so to fully empty this capacity, you have just up here a little bung, open that up, and we'll drain out any remaining water. Underneath the right hand side bed, we have this stuff here. So starting off first, underneath here is your boiler. You've got these blue leads that lead to this yellow valve. That yellow valve is quite important. It's currently in the vertical position, meaning any water inside the caravan will be drained out. When you want water to flow through, you just simply switch it down to either horizontal position, and that will allow the flow of water to come through. From November to March, I'd say have it up permanently unless you are actively using the caravan, and anytime you come off site, give the caravan a little bit of a drain out, just so it's a bit of a nicer ride. We are going to keep that in the vertical position for you, so when you do come to set it up for the first time, switch it over. This here is your brain box for your motor mover. If you need anything to do with that, just give us a ring. You've got your battery charger just here, and then you've got both your trips and fuses just here. All trips in the upright position, all fuses working. You can also see heating and hot water and charger are both illuminated, showing that they're both working. And then you have a system shutdown button. Press that in, nothing inside the caravan is able to operate. If you need some more information on them trips and fuses, you can pull this down here and it'll give you a little bit more info. But that is everything you need to know for down here. Here we have your fridge. Now for your fridge operation, you've got 3 different ways that you can operate. Car battery, gas or mains. That is not for your leisure battery. This does not run off the leisure battery. To turn this on, you press and hold on this grey part here. It will flash up and go to its most recent memory. So to change the source, you press this button up here. So it's currently on mains. Now if I switch it over, it will go to auto. Auto chooses what it thinks is the best source to use for the caravan's fridge at the time. That automatically selects. Now when I press it again, just here, it's going to flick over to car battery, and it's going to show you what it looks like when there's a hazard. You'll begin to flash up a beep, so you know to just switch it over again, and it won't be able to beep up at you. Now for the gas, when you're plugged into the gas, you flick it over to that, you'll hear the gas gradually begin to tick in. Then once it's finished ticking, that means that it operates. You can also change the amount of power coming into the caravan's fridge using that temperature dial just here. 5 being the max, 1 being the min. 5 will chill it the quickest. It does take around 4 hours for it to fully chill. Then to turn off the fridge, you press and hold on that button again. No lights active. And that's how to operate that. This here is your water pump. Your water pump connects outside just by pressing in. It can't be removed without pressing in this trigger and pulling it out. You've got this little plastic cap here which goes over the top of an acroll, and that just protects it from any nastiness getting inside. And then this is your strainer at the bottom. The strainer has to sit at the bottom of the water barrel, as otherwise it would just gasp air through. Now you can see as well, they do have a little bit of a tendency to curl up. So what you have to do is straighten it out before use. Either that, or you can get yourself some PVC pipe and wrap it around the bottom part so it's nice and continually straight. That way you don't have to keep on straightening it out. Then we've got your gas cooker. This works standard to any sort of gas cooker that you may have at home. Press in the dial, twist it to the side, it will feed gas through, and at the same time press in the igniter. So this is what it looks like when they're lit. And you can see here all blue flames, nice and continuous. Turn it off back to the central position. Again for the grill, here you can see for the grill, both sides nice and lit. See if I can do this with one hand for the oven. So press and twist that to the side, and there you see nice blue clean continuous flame. Only other real thing to note, don't put down this glass sheet until all of these are cold to the touch, and you need to travel with that glass sheet down so it doesn't shatter. Then you've got your toilet operation just here. You've got a flush button at the top, Press that in and you hear that motor begin to whir. That would be what would push around any water that you have in the system. Then you have a catch just down below. Press it away, opens up the cassette toilet down below. Pull it back and that shuts it up. Make sure you have it shut so that you can actually access the cassette toilet when it's time to take it out. Now for your bunk beds, it's going to be a little bit awkward for me to film, but what you have to do is, you can see here I've just removed the pillows out of the way. To get rid of the table, you've just got to slide it out, and then this leg here folds underneath, and then it slides into place underneath here just like this. So it slots into place just like that. Then you have this board at the back here. This board folds out and folds up and then locks into place. Now that looks like this. So this is what it looks like when it's extended up. Then what you have to do is push this board away, and at the same time, I do apologise, you've got some catches. Let's see if I can show you underneath here that you need to remove either side, and then you've got some inserts at the top here to connect them to. Then you can see here, if my camera would focus, which for some reason it's not, there we go. That's what it looks like when it's folded out. You then get the cushions that you need, and also the bed slats. Bed slats insert into these parts at the end. You get your ladders and attach your ladders, and the cushions form to make a single bed underneath here with a little bit of extra room there, and then another bunk bed at the top here. Then you can see here, you've got your bed slats here. They insert into these back pieces just here, so that it looks like this, and it just makes sure no plonker is falling off the top. And then you just get your cushions, fold them out and put them in the correct position. Here you've got your Truma board. Your Truma is for your heating and also your hot water. It will automatically go to this green screen, similar to this turning off. Pressing the dial. This dial here goes side to side, and then you've got a back button here and you can press in on the dial. Whatever is flashing up is what you can select. So first up, you've got the Caravan with the thermometer in it. This is for the internal temperature of the Caravan that you desire. It goes up to a maximum of 30, whatever I want. So let's say I want 20, I press in on the dial and that will select that. Next up, you've got the thermometer in water. This is for your water heat, so you can either have it off, eco, hot or boost. Eco will get the water to 40 degrees, hot will get the water to 60 degrees, and boost will boost the temperature to that hot setting for 15 minutes and then drop it back down to eco afterwards. That is reserved for stuff like showers and other bits like that, when you just need a spurt of hot water before you go out somewhere. And again, it's whatever you press in on the dial is what it will select. Next up, you've got energy source. So this is what is used to power the Caravan. So you can either use strictly gas, electric with 1 or 2 kilowatts, or a mixture of 1 or 2 kilowatts with gas. Now that is your choice, whatever you think is best. If I were to go electric too, I'd press in on the dial and that selects it there. You then have fan speed next to it. So across the Caravan, you have a series of vents, which is where your heating will come out of. For this, you can either have it eco or high. Eco will be a gradual amount of fan usage, and high will boost that. Ideally, you don't use that constantly, but you can have it constant if you want. You can then also set timers for when you'd like to get the heating and the hot water to come on. You choose what time you want to start, so let's say it's 12 o'clock, and choose what time you'd like to finish, so let's say 1 o'clock. Press in on the dial and it will begin to operate at that time. Now I'm just going to turn that off. There we go. You can then set when you'd like the time to be. So it's not currently 12:35. you just set the correct time using that. First put in the hour and then choose the minute. Then to get off that, just press back. You then have some additional settings just here, such as screen brightness, language, and a few other bits. Not going to go through that. If you would like to have a look at that, you can by all means have a look inside your book bag. Then to turn this board off, you press and hold in on the dial and it will turn itself off. Then we've got your Swift command board. So press in that button there and that is your on and off. It has a bit of information at the top, shows the current internal temperature is 19 degrees, current external temperature is 11 degrees, tells me it's the 28th of the 3rd, 24, and the time is slightly wrong. First up, you've got your water pump button. So you press in on that pump button and that will allow the water to come through. It will begin to suck it through from the Akrol. What you would then do is wait about 2 minutes, come over to your taps and open it up both on the hot and cold. And what you're looking for is a nice steady continuous stream. If it's coughing, gasping, go outside, check your strainer, make sure it's sat at the bottom of the barrel. You then have your lighting. Now lighting, you've got on and off in the middle. If I'm to press on that part, you can see lights come on. Then I can also dim the lights. So dimmer 1 is for the back. So let's go all the way down. It may not be the best to show it with such a nice day. And then press and hold, make it go all the way up. And there you can see. Dimmer 2, that's for the front of the caravan. Gonna turn that off for now. You then have power. This shows the amount of power coming into the caravan, which is currently 12.8 volts, 12.7. And it shows the amount coming in from the solar, which is 1.9, 0.6 coming in from the vehicle. You'd see that for when you're plugged in. You then have AC current, and it allows you to set a limit for that as well. You then have some additional settings just here, such as allowing you to set the date, time, the screen brightness, when the screen times out, and also allows you to pair Bluetooth. If you hear the beeps, if you prefer there to be beeps or not, using that button, and then a night mode there as well. So a few little bits there. Then you've got your radio. Choose what source you want to use, so you can either have FM, DAB, aux cord with your connection point, audio off, or you can connect to this via Bluetooth. You then have volume, allows you to tune, scan and set favourites underneath. And that is how to operate the Swift command board. Turn it off, press and hold in here, and it should turn itself off. There we go.